Well, let's give it a little taste here and see what we got. That's how we look. Very good. The Romano gives it a real good flavor. So today for lunch, I'm gonna make a ground meat spaghetti. And I need to start tracking my calories. So I'm gonna make it as like a single serving of what I'm gonna actually be having. So we're gonna start off with a 1/4 of a cup of some diced onion. Actually, we'll do half of a cup of diced onion. And I'm gonna be cooking this with no oil. So I'm gonna actually add a little bit of water. And I'm gonna just cook this till they get nice and wilted. And for the seasoning, I'm gonna just use a little bit of Italian seasoning. Not too much. And I'm also gonna use a little bit of some garlic powder. Gotta have that in good spaghetti. Like I said, this is a single serving I'm making. I'm only gonna use 1 cup of sauce. So I'm not gonna be adding too many seasonings to it. And we're going to add a little bit cayenne pepper. Not a lot, just, you know, just a dash. And that's pretty much it. The sauce I'm using is the Hunt's garlic and herb. And it's 35 calories per half a cup, so I'm going to use 1 cup. It has 660 milligrams of sodium, so I'm not going to add any salt to this. And I'll just add a little bit at the table if I need to. Alright, got a nice little brown starting on it. Go ahead and deglaze the pan. Now this is 4 ounces of 80/20 ground meat. And I'll give the calorie count here towards the end with, you know, everything combined. And we'll just go ahead and brown the meat for a little bit with the onions. So I'm not going to add any extra grease to it. Here's my scale I use. I got this at Walmart. I don't know, like under 20 bucks, and it works really well. I'm not sure what it'll go up to, but it's made by Taylor. And this is what I use to measure out things. And this is what 2 ounces of dry pasta shell looks like. But when you cook it, it's actually a pretty good amount. So when this is all done, this would be the total calories for this. 4 ounces of the ground beef, 80/20, uncooked. We got 1 cup of the sauce, half of an onion, and 2 ounces of the dry pasta shells. So it'll be a total of 589 calories, which is not bad. So I might have cooked this maybe about 10 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and add the sauce to it. And I'm going to also add a half of a cup of water, because I'm going to let this cook for probably about an hour or so on a low heat. I don't know, the longer you let a tomato sauce cook, the better it's going to taste. So we'll just let this simmer real slow for about an hour. I'm starting this a little bit ahead of time for lunch, so it'll cook down. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing, I don't know, I'll have to see. I might put the shells in here too towards the end and just cook everything together, which that's probably what I'm end up doing. So once this cooks an hour, then I'm gonna add the shells and just cook it on low until the shells are done. Something easy, all in one pot, less crap to clean. And I think what I'll do with the rest of my sauce here is I'll go ahead and divide it between two. I'm just call this about a cup. I mean, that's close. divided between two little dishes. And when I want to make a spaghetti in the future, pretty much already got it measured out. I'll just stick that in the freezer and it'll be ready to roll for next time. And I'll just kind of write on here too, 70 calories. That way I'll know. So we're getting close to the end of our 30 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and scoop out some of the oil. Not all of it. I mean, it does add a little bit of flavor, so I'm gonna leave a little bit. But I got a pretty good amount out, maybe a tablespoon or so. Now we'll go ahead and add the shells to it. But before I do that, I'm gonna rinse them. I feel I might remove a little bit of the like rice, you know, when you cook rice, remove some of the starch from it. And as this cooks, I may have to add some water to it. It depends on how thick it gets. But we're just gonna let this cook probably for about 30 minutes or until the shells are done. So I'm not gonna time it or nothing. Just I'm gonna come back in about 20 minutes or so and taste it and see. And just like I said, just watch it. You might have to add water to it. But currently, I'm not, because I do want it to thicken up anyway. So I went ahead and timed it anyway, and I didn't add any water to it or anything. This is 20 minutes, and that's how we look. I went ahead and tasted one of the shells, and pretty much done. It's kind of like a al dente. You know, they're not mushy. I don't like my spaghetti like that. But so yeah, that'll be my lunch today. Can't get easier than that. And right around 600 calories. So here's my spaghetti. And yeah, it's a lot, but I'm gonna probably eat the whole thing. Like I said, I'm watching my calories, so I know exactly what I can eat for each meal. And this is just one meal. So the only thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of Romano cheese to it. And I take my little handy dandy cheese grater here. And not a lot. I'm not even gonna really add this to the calories for it. I mean, shit, maybe a fourth of a teaspoon, if that. And that's it. That's usually my favorite cheese that would go on top of spaghetti sauce, and it lasts a long time. I buy these little wedges, and I've been having this thing for months. Just keep it in the refrigerator. And the trick to not getting it have mold on it is don't touch the cheese with your finger. Always touch the paper, and it'll stay for a long time. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Like I said, this total meal is around 600 calories. Actually, a little bit shy of that.